The fuck up. Hey, how y'all doing out there? This is Pete, and last week we made a video about aftermarket parts and how to use them. So I don't know if we completed that video set, but here's a little video. Here's the ending situation of that quarter panel repair job that I did last week. We were talking extensively about aftermarket body parts, and we're working on our 1967 Camaro. How's everybody doing out there? We're not doing too good over here. My friend Pete is not a happy camper. We also showed you the fender well, so we can call this part two. How we took the fender well and we fit it on there to fit perfectly. Did a great job doing that. But we went to put the quarter panel on, and as you can see, I went ahead and trimmed everything up all around the edges. Still got to do a little trim job on this right here and at the bottom of there. But we're going to go right into this live. I'm actually making a video set on this, on how to replace full quarter panels. There's my camera. How you doing, camera? But we're going to go live on this deal because this is actually part two of what's really going on out there with the world of aftermarket body parts. And before we go any further, many of the body shop girls with us today, I want to show you this box. This is the box that we got our quarter panel in. I want you to read that. All right, look at that right there, GM Restoration Parts. But underneath that it says, General Motors trademark is used under license to DYNACORN International. Now that's telling me that they're paying millions and millions of dollars to put that sticker on there to fool you, to make you believe that that is a GM certified part. We come over here, and here's our faithful company. Everybody thinks these people are so great, and I'm going to tell you, their parts are made in the same factory as the other guy's parts. I'm going to show you proof right here. Now, remember last week when we were on this subject, I bought a full quarter panel. But I told you I'm not going to use the full quarter panel. The reason I'm not using the full quarter panel is because of what's happening right now, and I'm going to show you. How you doing? Huh? So we're working on this car, and it's not a happy day.
No.
We have got to do some extensive, serious situations on this to make this thing work. Let's get into it, and let's show them what's going on. All right, so let me get my gloves on. Come on over here. Now, what I'm having to do is, if many can look right here, look what I've done. I am literally splitting the quarter panel in half. I'm literally splitting this in half, and you're going to have to watch the video set on this that I'm making for DIY Auto School to really get to this point. But I'm showing you the reason I'm doing this is because I'm not a dumbass. All right, I've done this hundreds of times, and I know what I'm doing. What's the problem?
There is no
you
problem.
Went like that. Are we
No,
okay?
I didn't. My arm is down here.
Okay. So we've done this hundreds of times, but I'm going to tell you now, this is only the third time I've ever had to do this. The other time I had to do it was on a Mustang. A Mach 1 Mustang, I had to do this. But this is the first time I've ever had to do this to make this fit right. And I'm trying to get this, come over here. I want to get this where all the factory body lines are proper. Now last week when we were up here, I told you to do a job like this, you have to install your deck lid. This has got to be on the vehicle, it has to be set perfect, and everything's got to be lined up. I also told you we were replacing a section of this, which is going to go right here. So I've already cut that out, and I got this cut out ready to install, but we can't put that in yet. We can't do that! Because we got this thing here to deal with. Come on over here, Minnie the body shop girl. So now, there's our full quarter panel that we paid over $500 for. I'm going to make it real short and simple here. I called the guy that I bought this from, and I said, man, there's something wrong with this quarter panel. Which one is it? 67 Camaro. He cuts me off and he tells me, I know all about them. I used to work at the factory in Taiwan. I've sold hundreds of them. You're the first one that's ever complained about them. The guy says he used to work at the factory. Remember that, Minnie?
Yeah.
Wow. So I actually talked. I should have got his signature. He's a famous guy. The only one in America that claims he worked at the factory making these. He's basically standing up for these. He's basically doing that. Come on over here. Now, when I was putting the front on, lining everything up on the front of this, I got everything lined up just like I wanted, but the back wouldn't line off. It was off 1 inch. It was too short 1 inch. Now, when I lined the back up, it was too short 1 inch right here, so it would line up like that. And then when you look in here, this is what you saw. Can you see my finger going in between there? And then if you came over here, you saw this right here. See that gap right there? So, it was either line the back up and jerry-rig the front, or line the front up and jerry-rig the back. Well, we ain't going to do that over here at SWRC, because that's not how I do stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back on here. I got to get this on here. Minnie's the camera girl today, so she can't really help. Let me get a screw. See if I can get this on all by myself now. Hopefully we'll get it lined up. You know where my screwdriver went? Here it is down here. I'll get it. So I'm going to line this up where it goes, and then I'm going to show you that this is a proven 100% fact that it doesn't matter what the name of the company is that you buy it from. That this is the kind of crap that you run into when you deal with aftermarket body parts. This is the kind of stuff that really, really pisses you off, is when you spend all this money for this stuff and you go to the extreme of doing all this work. How long have I been working on this? 2 weeks? Off and on? Minnie doesn't have much to say today because she knows I'm pissed off and she doesn't really like it when I'm mad, which I don't blame her. So those are my screw holes that I screwed in here to line all this up. Now, Minnie can come over here. You can see when I set this on here, and we still got to move the top a little bit this way, but now you see that it's going to line up. Okay, so let's just say this was imaginary, this was a full quarter panel, and I just put that on there. Let me show you something here. All right, we got all our, okay, here we go right here. All right, now, if we didn't cut the quarter panel, if we didn't cut it, let me show you what's going on. I'm going to put this up here, and I'm going to line that back up, and look right here. Look where that lines up. That should be down here, right here, not way up here. So for me to line that up where that goes, like that, all right, hold on a minute. Let me get another screw here, because I actually got a screw hole where that lines up. If I can get it lined up and started. And I don't have my screwdriver. Is it over there? Where did it go?
Hang on. Hey.
Let me go ahead and line this up. Because to make all this work, everything has to line up right. See? So there's my line-up hole for that. And now you can see this goes down in there. Do you see that?
Yep.
So that was approximately 1 inch. because it was way out here. And I had to move it to there. Now, hold on, we're not done yet. Okay? Because now that that's lined up, now we got to get the trunk lined up to shut and make sure everything lines up. Because when the front's lined up and the back's not, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. So for me to line that up, I have to pull that up here. Now you can see as I pulled it up, look what we got. Do you see that? Now it's lined up just like it's supposed to be. But check this out. Look what we got over here. Look at this fucking mess. So, this is what you call bullshit. This is a fucking joke. You don't have nothing to say, Minnie? So for me to fix that, I can pull that up there, and then I can line this back up. Minnie can look at it now. Look over there where I'm at, over here. When I hold that up there, and you can see how much shorter that this quarter panel is and should be. Do you see that right there? So that's what I have to do to make this quarter panel work. I had to cut it in half. I had to put this end over there, and I had to put this end over here, and then we'll have to take another section. I got the old quarter panel from that side. I'll cut a section out of there, and I'll add it into this, so all this will line up. Let me show you real quick. And actually, to be honest with you, I think I got to move the front piece a little bit more that way. But I'm going to go ahead and get this lined up, because this is what really sucks, is getting all this lined up. Now, you see, when it was all in one piece, look what I had to do here. I had to bend that in to make it even half-assed. So now what I'm going to do, to make it where it's properly aligned, is I'm going to take my pliers, and I'm going to pull this back out to where it's supposed to go, see? Just like that. Because that's where it's supposed to be. Right there. And this piece right here is actually called your trunk floor extension. This is the piece, once you put your floor in, then this here would box all this in, so when water and stuff got down in there, it would be airtight. But now, I'm going to go like this, and then, once I get that lined up, you can see what we got to do here. Right there. That's where we want it. And I'm going to go ahead and take my vice grips, and I will clamp that right there. Now you see that what we got, looky here. Look at this line here. Now come over here and look at this one. This is our factory. I didn't do nothing to this. This is factory. Look what we got. Look at this line going down there. This is factory. I have not done anything to that. Now, come on over here and look at this. It's exactly identically the same as the other side of the car. So, now that that's lined up, what I'll have to do is I will have to put this in its place just like that. All right? And I will have to weld this all together. Look how I'm lifting it up to match. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And that is how you install. Come on over here because I'm backlit. And that is how you install aftermarket body parts the right way. Is that you spend $500 or $600 for it. You have the sales guy tell you that he worked over at the factory in Taiwan. He cuts you off and doesn't let you talk and basically treats you like an imbecile. And that I'm the only one out of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people that's ever had a problem. Bullshit. All right, enough bitching. So, now that we got that ran out of the way, it's bullshit, Benny. You don't have nothing to say today? Why not? You're not saying nothing at all. Why?
You're the one ranting and raving. I don't need to be involved.
So what we'll do is I'll get all this lined up. This is another reason it's very, very important to have the back end lined up. Let me show you. Because all these parts are aftermarket. So for me to line that up, and remember I was telling everybody last week about this body line here? Remember that? All right. It's very important that when you restore these cars, you got to keep that. And then this piece here isn't even welded on there. All right. The only thing that welds is that. If you look right here, look at this lip right here. It's just a cover. So for me to line this up the way that I need to line it up, like that, it has to be lined up perfect here. And that is the situation you have on aftermarket body parts. I got to keep working. This was just a vlog, I guess, of a situation that I sure am glad I didn't cut that out. What would have happened if I would have cut that out and used it? We would have really been screwed then. Am I right, Minnie?
Yes.
Oh, one more thing the guy told me is that he can't take a piece back that's been cut up 500 times. I cut it 1, 2, 3 times is all I cut it. But he, of course, added the other 497 times because he worked at the factory. He's a factory guy from Taiwan. But born and raised in the USA of America. I'm sorry, Minnie's getting mad at me. I got to go. This is Pete. Have a great day. We're going to try to get this all figured out. And hopefully it's going to line up and look great. But, you know, it's one of them situations that just, you know, you got to let it loose. You got to holler and scream. And you got to get mad, because if you can't do that and you hold all your frustration in, you're just going to be one lousy pile of shit in the end. And, you know, what are we saying here? Let it loose 101. There you go. Take it easy. We'll see you later. You can at least say hi to everybody, Minnie.
Hi, bye.
Okay, Minnie gets mad when I get mad, and she doesn't like to see it, but, you know, we got to go.
I'm not participating.
All right. I wish I could buy a brand new original. Okay, we just had Mr. Vega on there. Do you think that might be Keaton?
I
I don't know. He's the only one I know that likes Vegas. All right, everybody, take it easy. And always remember, when you buy an aftermarket body part, be prepared for the worst, because it is a real torture and a nightmare to make these things work. Thank God I didn't cut it up here. You know what I'm saying, Minnie? And thank God I didn't ruin our door jamb. Take it easy, and we'll see you later. And that's all I can say. Wow.